Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack44227TV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey guys, this is SamAttack4427 here with, well, I guess it's another time, I guess it is another, time for me to do another one of these response/rant videos as normal, and well, I guess it's after what I've been through last time with, of course, pretty much what I talked about for the fact that I'm not gonna go see the Melania documentary for sure. I've actually teased this video right around afterwards that I would definitely talk about a little something pretty much that would liven things up a bit for sure, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. So yeah, and of course while we're on topic, given to what I've actually mentioned, I think we're gonna stay with MGM for sure, given to the topic on what we're gonna be talking about for sure. So yeah, and I guess for this case alone, I think pretty much it would have tie-ins with, of course, a teaser trailer that we got some time ago for a brand new movie that's coming out this summer that's based on a well-known toy brand from Mattel. Yeah, I think that would get you the idea, of course, that front. And yeah, you might be wondering to yourself, oh wait, yeah, am I actually going to be talking about the Thomas the Tank Engine movie that they're currently working on? Well, not particularly, seeing of how that's still currently under development for sure. No, what I'm actually referring to by far is that, if you may recall a couple days ago, MGM has, of course, released a teaser trailer very recently for sure, for, of course, the brand new movie that's coming out this summer, that is, of course, entitled Masters of the Universe, to which, surprisingly enough, is, of course, based on one of Mattel's well-known toy brands, which is, of course, well, He-Man for sure, so yeah, I kind of figure that is a little something that I want to talk about for sure, because I've got a lot to say, hands down for sure, so I'm going to do my best to actually make it as brief as I can for sure, so yeah, and if you were to ask me, hands down, yeah, surprisingly enough, pretty much during my time, I actually never really knew about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe for sure. Well, I mean, I actually didn't know about it pretty much right up until pretty much the 2010s for sure, because I actually had no idea that it actually existed back then for sure. In fact, yeah, literally that's pretty much what I could say on that front. I had no idea He-Man and the Masters of the Universe actually existed for sure, so yeah, so I guess I'm a little bit out of place pretty much when it comes to, yeah, if you were to ask me about He-Man in a nutshell for sure. But I have heard that, yeah, I've actually heard pretty good things about it, hands down for sure, and I think I might have know a few people who actually grew up with He-Man, hands down, so yeah, good on you if you actually still do for sure, so yeah. So I guess surprisingly enough, pretty much of anything, I'm sure I'll probably save pretty much the entirety of He-Man for another time for sure, but I want to focus mainly on the teaser trailer that we actually got for, of course, this new movie that we're going to be getting for sure, and before you guys ask, yes, I am fully aware that pretty much Masters of the Universe was already made into a movie back in 1987, but I'm not going to bother touching that anytime soon because, well, I heard it's awful. So I think I'm going to leave that on the sidelines for now and focus mainly on the one that's going to be coming out for sure, so yeah, I guess surprisingly enough, pretty much I think from what I could gather, I do recall, based on my research of course, this movie, it has been pretty much been under pretty much a very long development hell process from what I can gather for sure. In fact, yeah, pretty much the idea of course, pretty much a new He-Man movie on the big screen, yeah, has actually been in talks for well over pretty much for quite a few decades now for sure. So even I wouldn't know what I'm getting myself into when I first knew about it, hands down for sure. But that did change pretty much very recently, hands down, because, well, I guess surprisingly enough, with the teaser trailer that we actually got, I know I did share it on my social media platforms for sure, but I think I might as well give you guys my fair reaction, of course, what I thought about the teaser trailer for the Masters of the Universe movie that we're currently getting. And that being surprisingly enough, I actually do think it looks pretty decent. Yeah, I mean, it's not really that good from what I can gather, but at the same time, it doesn't look bad either, hands down. I actually do think it looks pretty decent from what I can gather for sure, and yeah, I think it's what I could say on that front, hands down, so yeah, that's pretty much everything that I could say in regards to this teaser trailer. I actually do think it looks pretty decent. And I think I might as well explain a few aspects that I can gather hands down for sure. Like, of course, for starters, from what I've actually seen from the teaser trailer, seeing how it is based around pretty much the whole He-Man franchise for sure. I actually do like for the fact that it wants to give itself a nice and new, interesting spin on, of course, the popular IP, while actually staying true to, of course, its roots, hands down, to which, honestly, I really am open to different interpretations of some well-known IPs for sure, and from what I've actually seen, I really do think they really do have a lot going for it to try to actually make it all the more interesting for sure, and I really do dig on pretty much on what I can gather hands down, So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, I really do love on what they were going for, just bringing in a new spin while keeping to the love and spirit of course, the He-Man franchise in a nutshell for sure, and that's something I actually really do love and admire for sure, and from what I've actually seen so far, I really do love on pretty much on what they were going for, hands down for sure. And another thing that I can actually bring up pretty much for the fact that visually, the movie looks amazing for sure, so yeah, I really do dig the nice world pretty much parts of course, how this movie is going to take place in hands down, and I really do think they really are creative with, of course, what they've actually got for, with, of course, the world where He-Man and, of course, his allies and even his enemies actually residing for sure. Now, keep in mind, I don't know the entire name of course, the entire world He-Man takes place in, nor even know about the lore, hands down, since I'm just an outsider of the franchise for sure, so yeah. That's something I need to bear in mind, hands down, for sure, but hopefully if I get right on to learning more about it in the near future, I'll probably get the idea, hands down, but But yeah, from what I've actually seen visually, it does look really interesting, hands down, for sure, and I really do think they are really putting a lot of hard-working effort to actually make it look good, for sure, and I really do love on what they were going for, pretty much visually, hands down, with not only some great world building from what I've actually seen, but even the visuals and the effects, I'm not gonna lie, and even the costume work and the makeup they actually did, especially with what they showed off for Skeletor, He-Man's enemy, for sure. I really do love what they actually did. I can tell there's a lot of hard-working effort they actually did. Like the movie actually really wants to sell the idea that what you want to see is, of course, what he wants to do to stay true to He-Man, for sure. And I really do love what they actually did with that, for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah, visually, it does look really, really nice, hands down. Like, I love on what they were actually going for, hands down. So yeah. And of course, another thing I should mention is that the direction in this film is actually really nice as well, to which, yeah, I guess according to my research from what I can gather about this movie, I'm actually really amazed that this film is, of course, being helmed by pretty much a well-known director, Travis Knight, and to give you guys some context of course, on who Travis Knight is, hands down, you might know him as, of course, the founder of course, a small little animation studio that goes by the name of Laika, and yeah. And of course, if you know that studio, you definitely know that pretty much they're well known for directing such incredible stop-motion animated films. Pretty much they've actually done, most notably, Coraline and Paranorman. And yeah, and I did bring this up from what I can gather because yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, I really do love the Laika films that they actually did, for sure, and yeah, like, of course, I really enjoyed Paranorman and Coraline. I definitely thought the Box Trolls was pretty good. And not to mention, in one of my thoughts videos that I did years ago, I did talk about one of the Laika films, for sure, Missing Link, which I actually really enjoyed. And, of course, since I did mention Travis Knight, hands down, he actually got his hands out, of course, directing, for sure, with, of course, probably, I guess, one of my all-time favorites from that said studio, that being, of course, Kubo and the Two Strings. So yeah, I guess it is safe to say that not only Travis Knight is a really great founder of a really great stop-motion anime, pretty much stop-motion animation studio, for sure. But he really did an incredible job tackling his hands at directing a film, for sure. And not to mention for the fact that, aside from Kubo and the Two Strings, he also did an incredible job directing pretty much one of the Transformers movies, Bumblebee, which I actually really enjoyed, and I did kind of mention in one of my thoughts videos that I did years ago, for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front, for sure. So yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, I'm quite surprised to see that Travis Knight is actually pretty much decided to take his hand at directing the Masters of the Universe movie, for sure, and yeah, maybe, I guess, pretty much from what I can gather, it'll be hard to say, of course, how he'll do once it actually comes out, for sure. Maybe it might break his streak and might turn out terrible, or who knows, maybe it might be another pretty much another gem in his hands and actually trying to make it good, for sure, to which, honestly, I think we'll... Yeah, I know I'm judging on this way too early, but I do think that there might be something quite interesting that he can actually throw into the table, for sure. But I digress, so yeah. And of course, before I go any further, I definitely should mention this right now is that it's not just Masters of the Universe that Travis Knight is currently directing for sure. He's also pretty much decided to direct another one of Laika's films that's going to be coming up later this year. That being, of course, Wildwood, to which, for those who are wondering, I am definitely looking forward to seeing it once it comes out, as it definitely looks great. So yeah, we'll definitely know once it comes out later on for sure. But I am keeping my hopes up, hands down. I think it'll actually be a really great one for sure. So yeah, but anyways, going back on topic with, of course, Masters of the Universe, yeah, maybe I guess from what I can gather, maybe he has pretty much a lot of great ideas that he wanted to do to really keep with the love and the charm of course, He-Man, hands down. Sort of like what he did when he directed Bumblebee and actually wanted to keep the love and spirit of Transformers alive for sure. And thankfully for the latter, that actually did prove the case, as it did turn out pretty well, and certainly the redemption arc that the Transformers films definitely needed, hands down. So yeah, I guess it'll be hard to say on how it'll do for sure, but who knows? Probably by the time the film comes out, maybe I guess Travis Knight might actually bring something really unique to actually make this one pretty good for sure. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So those are, of course, the few good things that I actually do find with, of course, this movie for sure. Now, I guess for some things I might find fault with it, well, I guess to be honest, there are a couple from what I could gather. Like, of course, for one thing, plot-wise, I really do love for the fact that good chunks of it want to keep within the love and spirit of course, He-Man. But at the same time, I do kind of felt other parts of it might be a little bit too clunky from what I can gather, that really couldn't actually get me hooked on all the way for sure. And yeah, I guess pretty much of anything, yeah, I think from what I can gather, I do know some parts of it I really do think are actually quite nice, but the rest I just kind of felt were a little bit too clunky, pretty much in most areas for sure. And another thing I should mention, hands down, is that the casting in this film, well, I think I will admit some of them I will have to say are actually real good choices for sure, but at the same time, most of the other ones from what I can gather, I just don't have high hopes for hands down for sure, and yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I think pretty much of anything, most of the casting I do kind of felt were a little off, and maybe I think they could do a bit more to maybe bring in better actors that would best suit these roles for sure, but then again, that's just my speculation, hands down for sure, So yeah, I think pretty much of anything, given to what I've actually said, I think it would pretty much sum up on how I felt about the teaser trailer for the Masters of the Universe movie that we're going to be getting, hands down. Like I said, I don't hate it, I don't think it's actually that great, it looks decent enough from what I can gather for sure, so I guess it'll be hard to say on how the movie itself will actually do once it actually comes out for sure, But I guess if anything, my reaction to the teaser trailer is, of course, what I can give hands down. But who knows? Maybe I may be wrong with what I have to say for sure. Maybe I guess it might surprise me and it would actually be pretty good for sure. Or maybe I think it'll just be pretty much a big, massive blunder that we're going to be getting hands down. But who knows, we're probably going to have to wait and see once it actually comes out for sure. But I guess in all honesty, maybe I guess releasing this movie might actually be quite nice, hands down, because yeah, honestly, I think from what I've actually seen by far, Mattel has actually really struck themselves gold a few years ago when they released the Barbie movie, hands down, and for while I do like that film fine for sure, I think I'd be quite curious to see what other films they'll actually round up by the time they actually do get themselves underway. And of course, I did say in my review on Barbie the Hag, I really don't think all of them are going to be that good for sure, but we're probably going to have to wait and see later on down the road. But I guess either way, pretty much from what I can gather, given to all that, will I actually plan on seeing the Masters of the Universe movie once it actually comes out? Actually, yeah, I would for sure. So yeah, as someone who has actually never grew up with He-Man, hands down, let alone be a little out of touch with that franchise, I still want to go into this movie pretty much just a regular old outsider and as an average moviegoer for sure, just to see, of course, what I'll actually get myself into for sure. And who knows, once I actually do, depending on my reaction, maybe I guess pretty much depending if I find the movie good or bad or somewhere in between, maybe I guess it will give me pretty much some way to either try out the He-Man franchise or avoid it hands down. So yeah, but I guess either way, that's just my early speculation hands down, but hey, I still got a long wait right up until it actually comes out for sure, and yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front. So currently, as of now, the Masters of the Universe movie already got its teaser trailer already out as we speak, and is already scheduled to pretty much hit movie theaters on June 5th, 2026. So yeah, I think we've got about less than 4 to 5 months right up until it actually comes out for sure. So who knows? Maybe it might turn out good, or maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. So yeah, but I guess either way, from what I can gather, hopefully I think it'll be pretty much another go for what Mattel will actually bring into the table in terms of releasing movies on their own for sure. But again, we're going to have to wait and see, of course, on that front for sure. And don't worry, most of the other films that Mattel is currently working on for sure, I know they are going to get to them eventually, but it's just going to take a long time to figure out pretty much anything that can actually make them as good movies for sure. Or maybe not, so we got to be patient on that for sure, So yeah, but I guess until then, I think we might as well pretty much mark June 5th, of course, our calendars, because yeah, the Masters of the Universe movie is slated to come out around that time. So hopefully it'll actually give us something rather unique and interesting for this summer for sure. So yeah. But that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. So I guess on that thought alone, I think I might as well end this video here for sure. So yeah, I guess that's what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and by all means, what's your reaction to the teaser trailer for the Masters of the Universe movie we're going to be getting? Do you actually have high hopes for it, or do you think it's not going to be that good? Let me know what you think down in the comments. I'm quite curious to see what you guys think. So yeah, but that's at least what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching this latest video, and well, now that I finally got that out of the way, I'll be quite curious to see what else I'll whip up for the next video that I'll actually put together. But I guess you'll definitely wait and see later on for sure. So I guess until then, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD and Sam Shepard. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is AckleyTack4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications, and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and plenty more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTACTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.